Next on Done in a Weekend Projects, learn all you need to know about outdoor flooring. Hey everyone, Doug Scott here with Redeem Your Ground, and once again I've joined up with our friends at Exmark to do another Done in a Weekend Projects video. In today's episode, we're going to talk about all things outdoor flooring. Yes, just like the flooring in the rooms of your home, you really need to carefully consider what type of material you're going to use as flooring in your outdoor spaces. And I would suggest you might even need to consider it even further, given the fact that the material that you use will impact what you can do in those spaces, and the material itself will be impacted by the awesome power in Mother Nature. In today's video, we're going to explore a few types of outdoor flooring, which include moss or another ground cover, mulch, aggregates like pea gravel and slate chips, wood decking, concrete, and finally, stone. Now before we get started, as a general rule of thumb, the closer your outdoor spaces are to your home, the more structured or harder your outdoor flooring material would be. So you'd more likely find concrete, mortared stone, pavers, and wood decking just outside your back door, while ground covers, aggregates, and dry laid stones would be used further out into your yard. Again, not always, but in general. Not only does that make the transition from your home out into your outdoor spaces more natural, it also more likely reflects the type of activities that you'll be doing in those spaces. All right, you ready? Well, let's get started. The first outdoor flooring material we're going to cover is the softest, and that's using moss or some other steppable ground cover like dwarf mondo grass. This living outdoor flooring is ideal if there's minimal foot traffic and if you're wanting a really natural look, like a shady retreat space with a quiet garden bench. If the growing conditions are right, moss and ground covers can be very low maintenance, but it's also the choice most impacted by the power of nature. So if the growing conditions aren't right, it could be a real maintenance challenge. Likewise, the cost of using moss or some other ground cover as your outdoor flooring can vary greatly. For instance, if you already have moss in your yard, well, that doesn't cost anything, which is really cheap. But if you choose to use a ground cover like the dwarf mondo I mentioned earlier, depending on how much space you need to cover, it could get pretty pricey. The next type of outdoor flooring material we're going to cover is mulch. And there are a number of different mulching options. So if you want to take a deep dive into all things mulch, take a look at the Done in a Weekend Projects video we did on the topic a few years back. Mulch is a very affordable option that keeps your outdoor space looking natural. Many people think that mulch is only used for paths or landscape beds, but it's also great as the flooring for a kid's play space or an informal dining or living area. Maintenance is low, but it will need to be replenished periodically. Using aggregates as your outdoor flooring is also a great option to consider from both a design and functional perspective. They're very natural looking and inviting, and they're great for spaces where you may have some drainage issues. Aggregates include crushed granite, pea gravel, and slate chips. They're easy to install and are relatively inexpensive and low maintenance. You may need to replenish them occasionally, and depending on the application, you may also need to border them with stone or brick to keep everything in place. When deciding if or what type of aggregate to use, there are a couple other things you might want to consider. Pea gravel is a lot softer to walk on your bare feet than slate chips are, but other people don't really like the way that pea gravel gives when you walk across it. And lastly, I don't think I know a kid under the age of 12 who can resist the temptation to not pick up a handful of pea gravel and throw it. So if you have young kids at home, I might think twice about having pea gravel. Next up is wood decking. Now there are different types of wood decking to choose from, like naturally rot resistant, pressure treated, or manufactured. Which type you choose really depends on your budget and how hard you want to work at maintaining it. The great thing about using wood is that it can be customized to fit any design style and any size space. It's a great choice for areas where you want a smooth, level surface for furniture and entertaining. It can be painted or stained to the color of your choice. And if you want a look of wood, but something lower maintenance, manufactured options are looking even more realistic and are coming in a wider variety of choices. However, manufactured wood can be expensive, and your natural wood options require regular maintenance, like staining and sealing. The next flooring option we're going to cover is concrete. Concrete is a great option for you if you're budget conscious or if you're looking for a really flat, stable surface for your outdoor living or dining spaces. While not always viewed as the most stylish outdoor flooring option, it is functional and can be jazzed up by staining and/or stamping it in various patterns to mimic other materials like brick or stone. Stamped concrete will need to be sealed periodically, but concrete in general is fairly low maintenance. However, concrete cracks, and repairs can be both expensive and annoying. So if your outdoor space is near or above tree roots or is prone to settle, concrete is probably not the right choice for you. Last up is stone, and we're talking about both natural stone as well as manufactured pavers. Both are incredibly durable, and from a design perspective, you can go all the way from being formal to something that's very casual or informal. Natural stone is probably the most expensive flooring choice in general, but many will say it's well worth it. It's incredibly durable and comes in a wide variety of choices, such as limestone, flagstone, granite, and marble, each having their own aesthetic and maintenance requirements. Manufactured pavers offer similar advantages to natural stone, but with a wider range of colors, shapes, and sizes to choose from. They're also typically more affordable than natural stone. Both natural stone and manufactured pavers will need to be cleaned and sealed periodically to retain their durability and appearance. However, if you properly maintain them, you will enjoy them for years to come. Lastly, although you can try your hand at installing pavers, I would highly recommend that you hire a professional to install natural stone. All right, there you have it, a wide array of outdoor flooring material you can choose from. And now that you have everything laid out in front of you, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to get outside, imagine your outdoor spaces, choose the right outdoor flooring material, and start bringing your dreams to reality. Well, thanks for watching, and be sure to go to exmark.com/backyard for more done in a weekend projects videos. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.